Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Thank you for coming by the Bellisario Sonic YouTube channel. I'm coming to you from the heart of the Deep South on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama. Here we're talking about music, records, doing extraordinary record reviews for you extraordinary listeners out there. I've got a different type of video today that I had to do because I was so disappointed in this reissue. I'm going to talk about that and play back to back from an original pressing to the reissue. And we're going to talk about this Abomination from Sony Records in just a moment. Before I get to that, I just want to remind you guys, I'm a distributor for Bird Box Records out of Italy, the audiophile label here in the U.S. And we've got the Scarlatti alla Scarlatti, classical album in beautiful gatefold. These are in stock now. Our new Space Light Acoustic Workshop 45 RPM gatefold jazz album is in stock now. You can purchase that. And the reissue of Alessandro's award-winning MySpace 24, Alessandro Bianchini. These reissues are in stock. I don't have that many of these left. These are selling like hotcakes. So if you want to get a copy and didn't get a numbered copy first time around, this is the reissue. Beautiful gatefold here. And of course, the award-winning album from Alessandro Bianchini, a wonderful vibraphone player, beautiful jazz album. So if you want to get these, you're going to want to get them soon. Let's get to the core of the issue here. That is this Abomination of Bob Dylan's Unplugged. We're going to talk about this. This is absolutely an abomination, this reissue from Sony. It just shows you how these big record companies could care less about the quality of the product they're putting out. I'm going to compare this with the original Bob Dylan Unplugged that came out in 1995 when I bought this. This album, whether you're a Bob Dylan fan or not, was a very significant album. This and the Clapton Unplugged, in my opinion, are the two best Unplugged albums that they did for MTV. I know this album up and down, backwards and forwards on CD, on this vinyl record, original pressing that was originally pressed in Holland. This has a little bit of a gloss to it. This new one is a matte jacket. Other than that, all the packaging is almost identical. What is not identical, however, is the sound that you're going to hear. I'm going to play this for you guys. We're going to go play Tombstone Blues off the original. And this album I always thought sounded pretty good. You hear a lot of detail, a lot of the guitars, the organ, the slide guitar, Dylan's voice. Whether you're a Bob Dylan fan or not, this is going to concern you because this is kind of what is happening now. These companies buy these catalogs up. They bought up Bob Dylan's catalog, and now they're just throwing crap out. A deaf guy could have done a better job with this new remaster or whatever they've done with this. So let's play the original. We're going to go over to the Fluence RT85, and you're going to hear the difference even on YouTube. It's such a huge difference. I had a friend over the other night. We were listening to this, and it's the first time I put this on because I bought this maybe a month ago. It's been sitting over here on the side. I typically am not buying records over again, but this is one of my favorite Unplugged albums. I'm a big Dylan fan, and I've always loved this record. So when I saw that a reissue had finally come out, I was like, you know what, I'm going to pick it up. Maybe they did an even better job than they did with the original. Not so. This is an abomination that you're going to hear in just a moment, but I'm going to put on the original here, original pressing from 95. Even the quality of the pressing is quieter than the new one. Let's go over to the Fluence and let's listen to Tombstone Blues. I'll probably play like half the track so you guys can get a good can listen to all the instruments and everything here, and then we're going to go over and listen to the new one. Same song, same setup. Fluence RT85 Ortophon Blue, going through my Vincent Foe 701 into my Denon, into my JBL 4311Bs. So here we go. Dropping it on Tombstone Blues. It's the original. I'm just going to sit here, let you listen.
Hands down.
So I think you've heard enough. You can hear the organ very clearly, the crisp guitars, the vocals are up front. Nice mix. Everything sounds good. Now I'm going to put on this Abomination reissue, and you're immediately going to hear the difference. When I put this on, again, a friend of mine came over, and I knew as soon as I dropped the needle, something was wrong. I was like, what happened? So let's listen to this. And even right off the bat, you can hear it's got more surface noise even on the when you first drop the needle. But listen to how this sounds. Same volume. Everything is the same. I can tell right away. Where are the vocals? Where's the organ? What do they do to this? It's like a blanket got thrown over this. Where's the organ? Where's the crisp guitars? What happened? I think you've heard enough. There's no detail. It's all mud. All right, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this here. This is an abomination. I don't know how this ever got out of quality control from Sony. It is a muffled mess. There's no definition in the guitars. There is nothing. The organ, you can't even hear it. Bob Dylan's voice, you can't hear it. The whole thing is a muffled mess. They must have let AI master this or something. This is the problem with big companies. They could care less about this. They bought Bob Dylan's catalog. They put out this Abomination reissue. They didn't even compare it to the original, obviously. Otherwise, quality control, whoever mastered this would be fired on the spot. Whoever allowed this to be released would be fired on the spot if it was me. And obviously, they didn't even bother comparing the reissue with the original. Otherwise, it's such a glaring difference that it's not even close. The CD's even better. I knew when I first dropped this needle on this reissue, we were hanging out, and I said, something's wrong. This does not sound like it's supposed to sound. So, we should all be concerned about these big record companies that are just going to throw stuff like this out. They're not obviously taking it from the original sources. Obviously, nobody's even listening to this. I mean, a deaf person could have mixed this better or mastered this better, whatever they've done. It's atrocious and a disgrace to Dylan's name. Obviously, Dylan doesn't even have any control over this. He sold his catalog to Columbia. They're just going to do whatever the hell they want. They're just going to put garbage like this out, and it's a disgrace. So I usually don't do videos like this, but this was such an appalling disgrace to audio quality that I had to do a review like this. And so maybe, who knows if anybody at Sony's going to see this. I doubt it, but maybe if they do, they'll go back and listen to the original and then listen to this piece of crap and then be like, what the hell happened here? All right, folks, stay tuned. I've got a lot of jazz reviews coming your way. Vladimir Shafranov, conversations that were wonderful conversations with him about the recording studio, his thoughts on creativity and jazz and all that kind of stuff. So go check out those interviews if you haven't already seen those. All right, take care. Happy listening to everybody out there.